like to see happen in the town, and they're making suggestions and as to how they see that happening. Then what I'm hearing is accusations that they're not sitting down trying to come up with a budget, but they have an agenda. And I
Exactly.
think this is not an appropriate place for those comments. That's all I
That is
have to say.
exactly what's happened.
What, that there's an
There's
agenda
been
or
an
that
agenda at
accusations are
every-
being
There's been an
made?
agenda at every council meeting for months.
Why can't this just be about
And we
agenda?
have
Why,
had-
why can't this
We've
just
had
be
that
about
those-
dollars?
We've had those discussions about dollars.
Well, that's what
And
it's
we've had,
trying to be.
just a minute, I have the floor. We have to have the discussion about Ralph's performance in closed sessions. And these council people didn't find that the complaints had any merit to require discipline or anything 2 times.
I'm not
So-
talking about
so-
complaints.
so-
I'm about
But that's what was brought up. There's been lots of complaints, like was said over here. I said, I haven't been getting complaints other than from a few people that I see every month at the council meetings. Granted, I'm not saying everybody's perfect.
I'm just saying it seems to
We
me
have-
that
we
this
are
could be
having
a
a
far more
discussion.
productive meeting if there weren't a bunch
Right,
of
and it would be a lot
accusations
more,
and
it
stuff
would
like
be a lot
that.
more
that I'm hearing.
productive
That's all.
if somebody would think also that others have put a lot of thought into getting this worked out year after year after year.
Well, why hasn't it got
And-
worked out?
Well, it is worked out. It's until this year, I guess there's a whole bunch of problems with it.
No, there's been a lot of
We haven't-
problems
we
for
have
a long
not- we
time,
have not been
but certain
operating
people
on-
are not
we have not-
addressing them.
we
They're
have
just up
not-
here saying,
no.
yes ma'am, whatever you say, Mayor.
We have
We'll
not,
vote for you and allow.
we have not had
So I can't
deficits,
figure out which one
deficits
of
in
you
the
has their
budget,
butt up the other guy's ass.
you know. Well, now those are inappropriate comments.
I know they are, but you said quite a few inappropriate
No,
comments.
I haven't used personal attacks against anyone.
I don't care.
Dennis,
This
You're very
is not,
Then I-
this is not
It's not
about,
productive.
this is not about personalities, it's not about agendas, it's not about anything like that.
right,
The things that I brought up is we're quite simply just to try and save some money, to put some money aside in our reserve account.
okay.
Now, I realize that that's probably not how you've taken it, but that's exactly how I meant it. And I don't have a personal problem with Mike, I don't have a personal problem with Ralph. I don't even know Ralph that well, but he's been okay with me.
Well, we've had the discussion, and I haven't refused to put the suggestions on the agenda. That's, will happen.
And that's all they
And I will
are,
even
is
abstain from my
priorities.
opinion if you'd like, because apparently I have people under my control. So, I don't know, Dennis, you had a comment.
Okay, I read in the Billings paper about, just before the first of this month, where they were saying that they raised the tax, the gas tax,
Right.
3 cents. And it says, that it said in there that monies from that tax go to the state and then it's distributed to the towns,
Right.
okay, for road work and stuff, okay? Is there any of that money coming in? Because I was just
Street
wondering.
gas tax every year.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's an
Street gas
addition.
tax every
You
year.
get
But I mean, what I'm
$2,000.
asking is
Yeah.
is there a budget of money that's coming in that, you know,
Yes.
like Lover's Lane, you know, we have a 10-ton truck that goes through there at least 2 or 3 times a week and tears up those potholes. But the main thing is up here, like coming down from the school, you know, coming through that thing there, there's a whole bunch of potholes there. And I'm just, I have a solution for that problem up there. Instead of you know, when you come around the school and you come down and people drive right down there, why don't you close that off and make it a straight street like that? And then they have to slow down to go down in there. That's just my idea that I can.
When you come off the county road by the school, you mean that?
Yeah, you know where it goes down, where now people are even driving on
Right.
the berm there on the side.
Right.
Instead of having that there, have them so they have to come around and then go down. And that way,
That's the way it's
you know, there's
supposed
not
to be.
that fast.
Before
traffic.
you were here, that street went straight through.
Yeah,
And the landowners came to the town and
yeah.
got a lawyer and said, that's my land there, and that's why that street goes.
Oh,
Was
so
abandoned.
that's why it's
Or
like
was-
that?
Yeah, that's why he
Oh,
put a
okay.
fence up there.
Okay, I didn't know. I just thought that would be a good way, you know, to keep that
Yeah,
that
it used to go
road
straight.
nice.
So it used to be this way.
Okay, but I just was wondering, you know, is there some way where, you know, I mean, I know Mike has seen what I've done down Lover's Lane. I mean, last year, I think I hauled about 7 or 8 or 9 loads of that cold mix from that pile that it had over there. and I put it in there. I think I ended up with a double hernia, so I seriously, I did,
So we
so.
do appreciate
But
you.
I mean, I feel that in, but, you know,
Proactive.
if you guys can get some cold mix, I'd be happy to, you know, clean out some of those holes, or, and, you know, you could bring some cold mix, I mean, or whatever, I'd be glad to do it. I know you need, a bucket of that oil stuff first, that stickum stuff, and then that way it'll stay longer. But that's all I'm asking is there any monies in the budget for it?
There, we have, this year, I think our revenue, projected revenue for gas and oil tax is just a little over $10,000.
Okay.
And $10,000 does not go a whole non-rate.
Well, when I used to have my, my trailer, I mean, I know you can go get that asphalt over there, just off of a Laurel there, and I would, you know, if I had my trailer still, I'd still go get it, and if you could just pay for the asphalt, I'd bring it, you know. I mean, from what I understand,
The last
it's
couple
not that
of,
expensive.
the last couple of
You
years,
pay
we haven't
yourself.
had any money left in the road and gas fund.
You can't even get cold mix anymore.
But we have in addition to that 10,000, the new tax you're talking about is an additional 4,000. And that, we do have that penciled in.
Okay,
So we should get about 14,000 this year
okay.
altogether.
The reason we haven't been able to use it is because they overspent that budget several years ago, so we've been trying to pay it back, which left us with nothing in there to spend on roads.
And not really they, meaning anybody here,
Yeah,
because there was
I know.
nobody here at the time that did that.
Somebody
Past
else,
council spent the money that they weren't supposed to spend on other stuff, and they had to pay it back. And they were given the option of paying it back in one lump sum, or over years,
2 years, I think, about 3 maybe.
whatever the thing was. So now we're back into the black, so now we'll be able to start going. That's what I was again working with Bridger today, this morning, and then I'm gonna work again Monday morning with them again. They're gonna do a complete overlay or whatever on the one bridge, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get set up where we can do like we did before. We go up there and we help Bridger repair potholes and stuff, and then we come down here and we repair potholes and we do stuff down here. What I'm trying to get is get some of our own equipment, a roller especially, because you can't repair these potholes without rolling them in. It don't work. We've got a plate
What
whacker.
I'm saying is if you do not save the money in other places, you're not gonna be able to buy the equipment.
Well, and I understand that, Shirley, but by cutting my help part-time, how do you expect me to do the work?
Well.
It takes two,
You need
it
some
takes
help?
two to do
I'll
that.
come out and help you.
I did that one. I did that one time. That's how I got a full-time guy, because the guys I worked to death trying to repair potholes.
Been there, done that.
Well,
It isn't
Several
fun.
years.
believe me,
In
I do know
97
how to
and the-
fill a pothole.
I understand that.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, we had no problem volunteering me and Jim.
No. Rich and Jim both helped me in
But
the first 2
The
years.
point is, the town's people can pay for some of the repairs. It's not like you have to have people that have to go out and work for nothing. Okay, it's great, there are people that volunteer, people that have filled their own potholes, people that, somebody filled the ones few there by the railroad tracks.
Railroad did
It
that.
happens, but our goal has always been to provide the town with through our rates and fee structure, the money to pay for people to come and be there to do the work and fix the things that need fixing. Part of the reason why the town has no money is for 10 years or so, 20 years ago, nothing got fixed in this town, not a
That's right.
thing got fixed.
Plus,
I
we were
agree.
still paying back a loan that they took out way back in,
96,
has it been that long ago?
Right.
Yeah.
when they did the original water thing. But they
Well, and
had
that's
to
the
do it.
loan we're refinancing
That's the
and
loan
trying
we're
to save.
refinancing.
And
So
we've been
it's-
paying on it for 40 years and we still haven't got it paid off.
More like 20.
So you want me to start digging that hole for that fire hydrant for you?
No, don't dig any holes for fire hydrants yet.
But that's the 160-some thousand
I
we're
spent the
saving
fire hydrant money on the well.
that we can save out of the water fund.
So
We
can I put a-
refinance that. So there's $8,000 a year right there you can throw back into a bucket to do for the water. You can't spread it somewhere else. That's another thing that you have to understand. You can't take the money from one to the other unless you loan it to the other fund. So So there are things you can do and things you can't do. And I don't have a problem. I'm usually very happy that we balance the budget with the little bit of money that we have coming in on the general fund. If you want to change things completely around, that's
I was kind of
great.
impressed with it myself, to tell you the truth, especially with the carryover. I was just trying to get some more money
Yeah.
from different places where we could have a larger carryover and start building up a fund to get some more things done.
Well, let's, look at the budget. Expenses in the budget now are things that are budgeted to get things done that need to get done this fiscal year. That's one way to look at it. If you want to have, it's a great idea to have reserves. We have pretty good ones in the water and the sewer. There's never seemed to be very much to have left over in the general. So, look at this budget not as fixing all the streets in town, because it ain't gonna happen that way. These are the expenses and the revenues we expect this year. When you make these cuts, if they go through, then you can you have to decide where, you have to make a resolution as to where you want that money to go. So when that time comes, we'll do that and put away as much as you can carve out of there. I'm an employer, I was also an employee, so I tend to take care of people that work for me if they do a good job. That's the way I look at it. I think Mike has told me I'm a good boss. Ralph tells me I'm a good boss. People are going to say that's because I let them do whatever they want. If they do what they need to do, I don't have a problem. I don't need to be pounding over them all the time. The issue of Ralph specifically bringing in more money, I told him that yesterday, didn't I? I said, you control the revenue stream for the police department through town law violations. You can't just throw people in court to raise money. But if there's more to do out there, I'm not saying there's not, and Ralph knows there could be. But he has gone out and tried different things and came to council and said, if I sit out there this long, I'm going to write this ticket or that ticket. People come to council all the time and say nobody stops at the stop signs. I see them stop, I stop, I obey the law. I can't help it if people don't obey the law. People come screaming down the highway. People go screaming down River Street. Always have, always will. I can show you newspaper clippings from far back as you want to look about the same complaints. We don't have a police officer on duty 24 hours a day. And I also give all the employees credit for putting up with a lot of people that come and stop them on the job and chew them out about something or another. Nobody's happy.
All I'm
So
saying
we'll
is, let's
put those
consider it.
suggestions on the agenda. You want to add anything between now and then? We can do that. If you want to have another budget workshop, let's do that.
We could have another one.
We can make these proposals and at the next council meeting and pass that as a preliminary budget or whatever. I think, we still don't have the tax levy yet, the tax valuations yet. We may have by August, but I doubt it. Sometimes we don't get them until August. Our meeting, I think, is the 7th, isn't it? So it's a little later in the month. Yeah. So we might, because it's Monday's a holiday, I guess. No,
Not
I'm
September.
thinking of Labor Day, that's the
Yeah.
next one.
Well, I think we need to have another just budget workshop before the next council meeting anyway.
Okay, what day you want to have?
Let's see,
24th, we're having a special meeting.
right.
Want to do the
That's for
30th?
that bond issue, yeah,
Oh, this is a Wednesday night, we can do the 26th.
that sounds good.
7 o'clock to 26th. Anything else that we want to discuss tonight? There's some major, some major changes, so maybe we ought to just stick with those and get them penciled in. I'll talk to Jackie, I'll talk to everybody. Hope, Ralph and Mike kind of know what's going on, but I'll get their take. I'll talk to Brenda, I'll talk to Jackie, I'll tell them if they want to come and voice their opinion personally, they can. If not, I'll let everybody know what they think. Would you like me to prepare another one of these with all those changes and the stuff I mentioned tonight and just kind of make an updated version? Or just keep scribbling on this, please, until we get down to the final?
Yeah, let's
Because
just,
you kind of got your own there too,
let's
so
just keep
that works for me.
the current and, well, and I can always add another sheet. If I need it.
And I want to clarify what I mean when I say I felt it was agenda driven. Typically, when you see somebody want to cut a budget, and I may be mistaken, it may be just purely the budget, purely saving money. But typically, in my opinion, if somebody says we need to cut, we look for those areas where you have room to cut. It's obvious that our opinions about where those cuts should come from have been long established that I disagree with some of the other opinions. A lot of that has to do with, I've been through hiring different police chiefs and different town workers, and I don't want to do it again. I guess I'm trying to prolong it maybe until I don't have to, because I know how hard it is to find people that you can at least rely on and trust that they're doing things honestly and to the best of their ability. So I apologize if I made people feel that I thought there was an agenda. I think that the suggestions are pretty clear, so we will put them into action and talk to these people, and then council will decide whether to change things or what to change or what not to change, and we'll go from there.
Well, like I said, nothing's set in stone right now. These are just proposals. We can discuss it and come up with maybe a reasonable solution without all the hubbub. Because this is not, my agenda is not an agenda. It's not personal, I'm looking at the budget and I'm trying to save money. And I've also added in a whole sheet that I've written on for supplies and postage and audits and legal fees and a few other things, not just employee wages or employee hours.
Well, if you have questions on any of those, let's get some of them out of the way.
Okay,
If you want.
I do have a question about
Okay.
legal fees.
Okay?
Does that just cover the audits, or does it cover legal questions for all the departments, and what legal questions does it cover?
Well, it covers Hope's, of course, Hope's yearly salary.
Okay, so those are all coming out of different departments.
Yeah, right. It's spread out over the town in
Okay.
different places.
And
It
we have to have an audit, and does anybody know what that's gonna cost us?
Okay, the audit is something we do have to bid out. We're just kind of estimating what it might cost, because it's a little different than typically we can have a financial review because our town's so small. But when you start getting grant money and
Right.
loan money,
You have to
then they
audit.
want you to have a full-blown audit. We don't at this point know how much that's gonna cost. So hopefully it won't be as much as I put in there. I put like 2,000 across the board on every from every.
From every department?
Might be half that. I don't know
I
yet,
I would not
but it might be.
disagree that it's gonna be more.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from.
Can I say something again?
Yeah.
I'll try to be very nice. I'll be
That's okay.
polite. You talked about the agenda. And I've lived here 2.5 years. And never, ever seen anyone on that side of the board ever bring up anything to help the city. They're always quiet. And I think that the townspeople want people who are actually care about them and they won't go to bat for it, that would go to bat for it. So,
Well, that's
nothing
what
against
the
anybody,
polls are
but you say they have an agenda, they happen to be sitting on the side of the table. But I've never heard anyone ever say, somebody called me and said, and we need to do this for our town.
Well, they have done that. They have made suggestions and either
They
supported,
don't even
either
speak.
supported or not supported.
I heard Lulu, I've never seen Lulu in the thing, and that's my fault because I don't come on enough. But
I'm a retired
postmaster.
I know who you are, but I've been to your house, in fact, with my husband when he brought the books and the paperwork over for you to look at. But it's just, I've not ever been here when you're here, so I apologize for that.
Well, to be honest with you, our meetings are way more open than most towns. Believe it or not, even though people might accuse me of not having open meetings. Comment periods, nobody has to make a response to anybody's comment. Nobody has to answer any questions from the audience. The council meetings are for the town to take care of business. Maybe some people take care of business by either listening to all the arguments and then voting one way or the other. I don't know why they don't speak out. Sometimes they do. If it's something that they feel they need to, they have. Other people are more vocal.
Well, I'm not pointing fingers.
No, I'm just saying.
This is what I see. They happen to sit over there, and they're the two that get phone calls that I know of.
Right.
I don't know, they maybe don't get phone calls, but the thing is, I
I
just
get
don't
letters and
think
stuff
that
sometimes. and
it's
we
almost
get
like
all those.
Republicans and the Democrats, to be honest.
Maybe.
But
I'm not either one.
I know you're not.
I just want to
But it's like,
clarify that
it's like
right now.
a fight between people and not,
Well, it's,
you know, so I don't think it's,
you feel a little, I want to, I feel like I and the council, all the years that I've been there, and council, has always tried to do what's best for the town. Only of late have we had some disagreements over personnel. That's fine, I understand that. I've been accused of being a liar, I've been accused of all kinds of things. I've been accused of writing letters that I didn't write, I've been accused of a lot of things. And I happen to know that there are people who would like to see the town not even have a police department. That's an agenda. Now, I'm not saying it's related to cutting back, but it is interesting that it's a constant barrage without saying, well, we need to have maybe a different approach. I have offered Tim to set up a committee and come with policy changes, things like you kind of had going on. But there are ways to do that, and I think some of the council didn't appreciate the way it was done. It should have been open and
it was open.
publicized.
It was open.
It should have been publicized that there
You
was
said,
meetings.
get a committee, not a
I
a
said,
public
get it,
meeting.
oh, I did. I said, get a committee and post that you're gonna have, form a committee, let people join if they want, and
Yeah.
that's not the way it happened.
You don't know that.
Well, I do know that,
No, you
because I
don't,
never
because-
saw a posting of the committee meeting. Tim
Well-
said he went around, and I'm not bad mouthing Tim, that's the way he did it. He went around and asked people to join the committee. When were the meetings? Where's the records of the meetings? You don't have to necessarily keep them, but did anybody have a chance out in the public to just go? Did they have it posted in the 3 places the town posts for meetings? No, and that's fine, you can
But
have
you
a,
need to
you
let
can have a
him talk, 'cause
private.
he has an answer.
Well, I'll let you, you can have a private committee, but it has to be, it can't be construed as being a town business if it's not done a certain way.
I mean, did you inform
So-
them of that?
Well, I think we went through
Well,
that, it was all set up
It
Was not
when it was
business
suggested.
Yeah, and I did not have a public meeting.
But it wasn't told
And
to
the
me.
reason I did not have a public meeting was because I didn't want to have a bitch session. I picked the people on the committee, I didn't pick them, they came to me, they asked if they could be on the committee, I said yes. There are people all around town, most of them are retired people, just want to see something different in the town. And they would talk to their neighbors. I encourage them, I says, go out, talk to your neighbors, find out what they want. And each one gave me the list of the things that they would like to see changed. And that's what I started. I went through that list, put it all together, and we looked at some of the ordinances, make some changes, add some things,
but I didn't want to have a bitch session.
Well, are each one of you on a different ward, so-called ward, a different area?
No.
Or just,
No,
I mean, are you representing just this side of town or not that side of town?
No.
Or-
Only requirement is you live in town.
Huh?
Only requirement is you live in town.
Okay.
And the people on this committee, they were,
Because nobody's ever addressed our problems down our street or anything.
yeah, I had
we
people
have.
down on that end of town, and people over here, and people over here, and people over there.
I just-
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Nobody's ever
Thing.
come knocking on my door and asking me what I'm doing. I'm just saying. If, I mean, you gotta do jobs, you gotta do a job.
Well, you know, the whole idea behind any committee formed for its, by the council or someone on council is to, it should be publicized for the public's interest. And yes, I believe that
And when
that
Tim was
wasn't,
appointed
that
committee
was
chairman,
informed, yes.
then the
And that's
town
when he was
actually
told.
should have posted that in the post office.
Well, but the town needs to know when the meetings are and all that. Sure, we can do the posting if you want, but we have to know what those things are.
No, I mean that they had formed a committee and to give them phone numbers to call to be on that committee and things like that, so.
But anyway, that's, you know, again, I believe that the suggestion was to bring back some policy changes to the personnel policy. And there are some of those things that could be addressed in there, but it was combined with other things I felt that were too far reaching. And we presented the idea, and council apparently agreed to think about it for next time. And then it got suspended, so I don't know if you want it on the agenda for next time, or you want to wait, or...
I'm gonna wait till I
And what about the
get time to review it.
ordinances? You suspended those, I don't know the proper procedure, because I'll
Hope
have to
was just
ask.
gonna suspend them, she was gonna delete one of them or rescind one of them and combine the two because they were
There's-
both parallel and the wording was pretty much the same.
Yeah, because the object of some of that was to eliminate that. And then when I looked at it after the first reading and just bang. There's already a state
So-
law that covers
So
that.
those we'll need to put back on the agenda, the ordinances, according to what Hope tells me it is, right?
She's gonna have to
For the regular meeting.
rewrite them.
And she's
combine
aware of
those
that?
two
I haven't
yeah.
talked to her about that.
Well, that's what she said she was going to do 3 meetings ago, so.
I think that was already consolidated in those ordinances that she was reading. She took in
She
the one,
consolidated 2 ordinances into
Yes.
one.
Yeah, well,
She's
she-
already done
she
that.
yes, that
consolidated.
was part of those
Because I wasn't at
11.
the June meeting. and I
Yeah,
was
she's already done it.
called
That was
late.
part
She
of that 11,
consolidated a bunch. However, the first one that I picked up and read after the first reading had a duplication in there. So I need to really sit down and study out each ordinance and see if there's more duplication in it. And things that need to be changed before we bring it back to
Bring
the
it back
council.
to the council.
So I need to look these things up.
So we let Brenda know if we want to have that on the agenda,
Yes, I'll let you know when I get that.
because I won't plan on putting it there unless you
Yeah.
say you're ready.
Because there's things that are already Montana law that Ralph has to follow. Doesn't
Well, the
need
thing
to be in
is
there
that-
a second time specifying that,
It's a town
What
ordinance.
Yeah, that's a
actually
fine one.
though, Tim, what you're talking about is not a job policy according to the ordinance. You're talking about a job description according to the council.
Okay, are we confusing those changes to those addendums, or are we talking about the ordinances that, there's
Well,
11 of them
We were
that,
talking about the ordinances at the moment.
right now we're talking about the ordinances.
The
That
red
she
one,
combined
we thought
and-
there was some redundancy
Yeah.
still, so.
Yeah, there's still some redundancy in it, and I need time to review, because there's, 10 or 15 of them. You know, it should change, it's just consolidated, I don't know, 20, 25 of them down to what she has, get rid of the duplication. But then the first one I pick up and read, there's another duplication in it that either she missed or that I missed.
We all missed, because we passed it.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, some might say it doesn't hurt to say things more than once, you
Yeah.
know, because it might get the point through. maybe, so. Anything else then, we had legal fees and then,
Um,
well, now I
Well,
did that.
yeah, there's, other services. Can you specify for me what other services are?
Let's see.
Because that's all it says is other
Yeah, and there's
services.
usually one of those lines in every fund. I'd
Because
have,
that adds up to a little bit of money.
I'd have to look back to see what the other services that we have spent money on, to give you details, but sometimes it might be you have to call somebody to come down and with some bigger equipment to pump out something or something like that. Like, who's that company that does that? Mike? Who's the company that sometimes we have down here to jet the sewer lines or something?
Oh,
Can't remember their name now, but anyway,
yeah,
we might put that under other services if somebody gets hired to come down.
and we might have to use them, we got some pretty good root balls going in the cul-de-sacs.
Pace, right?
Pace.
So different things like that, sort of like a miscellaneous fee.
Like the people, the guys
Kind
that
of.
came and smoked the sewers to, yeah.
Only they did.
No, no, that
free.
was free.
Yeah.
But that was Pace
But
that did it, right?
No,
No, it was the
map.
Midwest Assistance
Yeah, okay.
Program come down and did that for nothing,
Okay.
which was nice of them.
I don't know, I was just looking through a whole stack of papers the other night and I came across this 2 or 3 pages that had Pace on it and I kind of glanced at it, but I didn't really go through it.
Oh, I forgot too, one other change on the other revenue, other miscellaneous revenue in the water department, or sewer department, I'm sorry. That was another change I forgot. Other miscellaneous revenue, we are going to add 5,000 to that. And actually have already received it. And that's for those solar bees, they came and picked those up and paid us for those. So there's a little extra money in there.
There's my roller.
Yeah, $5,000 for that road, including almost getting it here.
It cost about $1,500.
So nobody else have anything on the market, so that's be the best one around?
I haven't found anything, I've hunted high and low. Oh, there's other ones on the market, but
I mean, in that,
not in that price range.
Did you chance to look at it?
No,
down in Gillette or
it's
something.
down in Gillette.
That's not that.
And I did find out the county does have one, but it's a great big sucker, so I don't know how we're gonna get it.
It's about 4 hours drive. Get you that.
Yeah,
See, our county has one?
I guess they do. It's a great big one from what I understand. I don't know
Use
how-
or?
I don't know if we can use it or not. I haven't been able to find out yet.
Is it power roll?
Yeah, they got a great big dual drum
We're
roll.
gonna be able to set that on that same